So we systematize a formation, un proceso de formación of new farmers that we call el Josco Bravo methodology. It has 3 main components, and that's how we originated the curso de productores y promotores agroecológicos, which is the core course of the Josco Bravo Agroecological course, Agroecological school.
But before Ian continue with the school, we want to point that the project, it's a productive project. It's a farm. Ian is the main farmer. There's a collective of people that works there. But the project, the main activity of the main goal activities is to produce food and to produce farmers or activists in agroecology sector. So we have these 2 kind of harvests.
I'm a farmer. That's how I make a living. Yo creo que puedes seguir dándole.
Yeah, and this is how the farm looks now. This is a picture from this last summer, aerial view. Yeah, really awesome, right?
Yo creo que sigue pasando llega la parte de la foto.
Okay. So I think it's important to go over some of these things like this one.
Pues, ¿quieres mencionarlo?
Well, let me see. So anyway, so before we go to the pictures, because we want more to do and more the kind of conversation with you. So that the school have 3 components. It's the school that have this course that we call it sometimes basic course, but it's not basic, it's not advanced, it's some intense course. So it's a very intensive course that we teach. Ian started in 2014. Then in 2017 we expanded the first section out of the municipality where is the farm. So by last year we've been teaching that course in 7 different locations. So, but have other components, and Ian, maybe you can talk a little more about extension and spark plugs.
So in 2023, next year, we are going to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the school. So we are aiming to get to 1,000 new farmers in the last 10 years. So 9 years after starting all this about of the school, we are realizing that we have to add other components to the school. For example, that's why we are going to be working with an extension component, un proceso de educación continua para la persona, for the person that graduate from the school. But also we are working also in building 3 bujías agroecológicas mutualistas. Bam! I don't think that spark plug is the best translation of bujía, but in Spanish sounds better. Bujía. That would consist mainly in collective use of machinery and tools for the different regions that we are that we are working through the school.
And this is where now the courses are the areas that we teach, because we believe in create models that could be replicated in all our archipelago. So this is the big island. So this is where the course has been teaching in the years where this is started in each location. So now we're covering most of the big island. So in the central zone, in some occasions the course has been taught too. In our municipal island, Vieques and Culebras, in Culebra they're no reach now, and there's no we need to look how to work there. But sometimes if there's other project doing alike things, we don't expand there because we respect all other projects, and we look for collaboration. And for example, in Vieques, there is a really huge project. It's named Colmena Beehive, Colmena Cimarrona, which is led by Annalisa, and the ones of you that were in Cuba in the ANAP event know Annalisa and hear about the project. I just advise to look through the social network for that project. It's amazing, and she's teaching agroecology there, even beekeeper course, and doing amazing things. So we believe in collaborations, and sometimes to other people are doing great things to collaborate, right? But this year we want to expand and have at least 10 locations, because it's our 10th anniversary, and that would be nice to have it. So right now we are doing a train the trainers course. We started last Friday and will last for 3 more Fridays. So looking for new resources and new talents to teach that course.
So there is great interest in the population. There are thousands of young people that they are trying to become farmers. Dale para atrás. For example, no, el mapa. This year when we launched la convocatoria,
when we opened the
application process,
yeah.
We received more than 700 applications for the course, but only we will be able to accept 150. So there is a lot of space, there is a lot of ground to keep expanding the school. So that's why also we want to expand it next year to 10 different locations. So what happened in each location is that we replicate the proceso de formación in each location with different farmers and teachers over there. And at the same time, during the semester, we are doing basically the same, always responding to the realities of each geographical
location.
Yeah. So, pasando la foto. No sé si tenga algo más que decir por ahí.
No, estamos bien. So far we've been having more than 750 students in 9 years. So those are some of the pictures of the course, because this course is intense in theory and intense in practice. The students will be making food gardens from scratch. So we want for them to replicate all the process or experience. So anyway, so to being part of what food production entails, right? We have the course lasts for 5 months. We reunited the students once a week for 5 hours. It's the official time. Sometimes it takes more. So sometimes it's in the classroom, talking about specific topics, or really the main topics that you need to understand to start farming. So other days you're working on the field completely, and the other thing that we do, or the student needs to have done to approve the course, is to do at least 50 hours of practice in at least of 60 agroecological farms that we have. So we need we try to give them a good experience of what as I mentioned, entails to become a farmer. So stop there. So let's go ahead. So, and that is our final exam. So we put together all the sections of our course, and we divide in groups. So it's like a collective test. It's a dream for the ones who are in college, guys, right? But so what we do there, it's like to create interactions between them. We try to do some activities during the semester to keep creating that web of network of people, and out of our course is not just like we just not harvest farmers or activists in the foods for the food system. We also create a network. It's something that is really important, and yeah. So, and as well, the format of the course is because we, as we were mentioning in the meeting that we have with Tom and Rural Vermont other days, our way of teaching or our philosophy is not to create or brainwash anyone. We want to create a critical thinking person in our exam. It's not, some people will start to study, but never, don't mention to the new student, please. So they start to study the presentation, everything, but they will face a series of questions that we want to make them to think and provide some solutions to that, and then we open they need to present the question and their approach for advance that question. It could be political, like philosophical, or ecological, or things of more practice issues there. So that's all that we have to say about our project, our proposal to put our grain of sand for a better Puerto Rico and to achieve our sovereignty, not just in food, but as a country, because one of the things that has been, I'm sorry for my French, but following us for several years is that we are the oldest colony probably in the world. So we strongly believe in our food sovereignty, but we strongly believe as our sovereignty as a nation. So, well, thank you. If there's any question, we're happy to.
We have like 15 minutes or so. We can have a conversation. If anybody has any questions, and we can take a couple questions at once, and then they can respond if you want to do it like that. Sure. Or depending on how timid or not audience is.
I have a question. Like, roughly speaking, what do you guys teach in your classes? Like, some business, some farming? Like, can you describe, if I was to take one of your courses, what kind of different things would I be learning?
Yeah, our aim is very ambitious because it's really difficult to develop in a course all the characteristics of a farmer. So that's why I mentioned that this is our proposal as farmers and as unsatisfied students. So that's why the course it has three main components. The theoretical, we sit in a classroom and we teach conferences. It has a practical component in which the student they work completely from zero. Tenemos aquí la compañera. She participated this year in the course in the Bravo location. So they must develop with the teacher a vegetable garden from zero, from weeding, from grabbing the machete and the garabato, start weeding all the site, plowing the soil, planting, transplanting, weeding, everything to the harvest, and preparing reserves and everything with the harvest. Those are two of the components, and there is a third component that what he mentioned is the volunteer program. So each student must select a farm, an agroecological farm of the island, and they must complete a 50-hour volunteer program or work at that farm. So they will get another set of knowledge and another set of destreza, skills over there with each of the farmers that are in the list, that are more than 60 different farms around the island. So that's the structure of the structure. El Josco Bravo Agroecological information process.
Yeah, but to be more precise on this. So for example, so we have first classes to debunk the food system, the actual food system, and to show the most political aspects of this. Then we're going to have a class about soil science, the deep science of soil, but as well how it's really, how you can translate this into the practice, seeds, pest management, biofertilizers, a set of I think we have theoretical like 10 to 12 classes, right?
Yeah.
So business skills is something that we were in the train the trainers, because it's not train the trainers as they go there and we're talking heroes talking. It's like a horizontal process that we are making now. So reviewing our curriculum, recording all the experience for the past professors of the course to update and improve our curriculum. So that's more specific is what we teach in those theoretical classes. They're combining. We have a lot of sets of articles, scientific articles, videos, and other sources of information.